Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. We are out here in nature, baby, on the deck. Look at that view once again. It is a sunny day here in Hawaii. I love this angle. This is like a so much better angle than the 50mm down there. Okay, deep divers, do you sometimes have past life memories? We are about to dive really deep. Only for the deep divers this video. How to remember who you were from a past life. Let's just, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. We've got a whole lot to talk about. That's the question that came in. If you've got a question, Instagram at Infinite Waters is the best place. So I get a lot of questions about past life regression, and past lives really are the foundation for helping us become our greatest version. If we know who we were in a past life, we will have a greater understanding to who we are right now, and that will lead us to where we need to be. Catch my drift? And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? So beautiful deep divers, let's just do this from time to time. $1 million views up here. How to remember who you were from a past life. I remember I was in Egypt, okay? The first name of this channel was Kemet Prince 1. Egypt. I was there by the pyramids. I was there teaching, and guess what I'm doing right now? I'm sharing wisdom, I'm sharing knowledge, okay? So I remember who I was from a past life. I also remember who other people were too, the people I'm meeting in this incarnation. The great sages, the great wise men and women of ancient cultures knew that nobody ever really dies, and that's what actually nerd stands for. Nobody ever really dies. Einstein said energy can never be destroyed, it can only be transferred. So all throughout the ages, people have known human beings are constantly incarnating. In the Indus Valley in ancient India, they called it the wheel of life, okay? You have to keep coming back to earth to learn certain lessons. And boy, oh boy, I've got to learn a ton of lessons. So does the cat down the road, okay? And then you reach nirvana. Reincarnation is real. I've seen it. I know it exists. I look at babies and I see their eyes and I'm like, this is an old soul in here. But how do you remember who you were in a past life? Dr. Ian Stevenson is one of the greatest authorities on this subject. He studied over 3,000 cases of reincarnation in Sri Lanka, okay? He was working with children who remembered who they were from a past life, okay? And his research is fascinating. Carol Bowman, once again, a great authority on this subject. She did a lot of past life regression work, okay? And it is wonderful, her research, okay? And now a lot of universities are also getting into the phenomena of past life regression, past lives, okay? So how do I remind myself who I was back then? The great Emperor Marcus Aurelius said this, deep divers. Whatever we do now echoes on into eternity. Slow motion this side. I know I've been sharing. I know who I was in my past life. I was helping people. And guess what I'm doing right now? I'm helping people, because whatever we do now echoes on into eternity. You start off from where you left off. We can't escape whatever we are doing. Our thoughts and beliefs are creating our reality right now. That's why it's so essential to become aware of your actions and your thoughts, because you're gonna have to come back and deal with these same lessons, okay? So to remember who you were from a past life, it all starts with this, deep divers. Do you sometimes feel like you've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, okay? That's how I feel all the time. I've traveled to over 35 countries. I've been all around the world, and I'm keeping this beautiful traveling mindset of mine alive. I love traveling. And growing up, I was always surrounded by a lot of people who wanted to go clubbing and drink a lot of alcohol, okay? And for me, that wasn't my scene, because I'm like, I've been there, done that, okay? It just wasn't appealing for me. And also in school, I was always talking about different subjects. A lot of people couldn't really get where I was coming from. I felt out of place, okay? So I started to remember who I was from a past life, that my whole journey was about self-knowledge. It was all about self-knowledge. It was all about me knowing who I truly was, okay? And that's a good indication of who you were from a past life, your likes and your dislikes, what you are able to see, okay? So I realized a lot of the times when people go clubbing, it's beautiful, but they call it a club for a reason, because a club is also a weapon that people can beat you to death with. Oh my gosh, Ralph, you're diving deep. Exactly, right? So I've realized that I've been here, done that, got the t-shirt. A lot of the times I'm like, gosh, this is all so familiar. I remind myself when I was at school, when I was really young, I'm like, I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, all of this, I know it, right? And a lot of this, what you're teaching me, is a lie anyway. I could see through all the nonsense. Okay, and it was reminding me who I was from a past life, that I was in the healing arts, I was a shaman, and that's why I have over 1 million YouTube subscribers. That's why I'm inspiring millions. That's why I receive messages from people who are like, Ralph, your videos have helped me battle depression, anxiety. Without your videos, I would have taken my own life. It's that real. I'm changing people's lives all around the world. So when you realize that if you have a feeling, okay, I've been there, done that, go into a meditation, have a heightened state of awareness, and that will lead you into a past life. Okay? What are some of the things you're like, oh my gosh, I've been there, done that? Okay? How to remember who you were from a past life. Baby, we are out here on the deck. It's a beautiful day. We got all the time in the world, baby. If you feel you don't belong in this place or time, that's a good sign of who you were in a past life. Like being born in London. At the same time, my parents from Sierra Leone, I've lived there for 1 year. I've lived in Brazil. I've traveled to so many countries, every single country in Europe. In Hawaii right now, I keep traveling, okay? And when I was born, just growing up, I felt I didn't belong in this place or time. I'm like way ahead of my time. And that's a sign of who you were in a past life. If you feel like you've never fit in, right? You never fit into society, okay? That's showing you that you are here for a different reason and a different mission. I realized that, hey, I don't fit into this world. And if you don't feel you belong in this world, it's because you're here to create a new one. Slow motion this side. What? Say it again, Ralph. If you don't feel you belong in this world, it is because you are here to create a new one. And that's how I felt my entire life. Little did I know I would go on to inspire millions of people. Okay? Well, a small voice inside of me knew that. So if you're feeling out of place, the next logical step is, where do I feel at home? Okay? To remember who you were in a past life, you have to become honest with yourself and say, okay, where do I have an affinity to? Which kind of culture do I feel like I was a part of in a past life? For me, it was Brazil. I can speak fluent Portuguese. Como vai você? Been to Brazil a lot of times, and I'm going back for some acai bowls, 7-day vegan challenge. Acai high in vitamin C, one of the best superfoods on the planet. Just had to chuck that in there. Okay? So, where do you feel like you belong? What culture do you have an affinity for that you weren't born into? What culture do you have an affinity to that you weren't born into? So just being here in Hawaii, I'm like, I've been here before, definitely. This is Lemuria, okay? When we talk of Lemuria, Atlantis, Lemuria, the ancient land of higher advanced civilization, I'm like, I've been here before. Because here, you see so much nature, just look around, it's unbelievable, okay? So the more I travel, I get a good sense of my past life, like where feels at home and where feels like a foreign land. This feels at home right now. I'm at home right now. When I'm in Malibu, I also feel at home because there is a lot of great energy in Malibu, right? I'm always there every single week, okay? So which culture do you feel like, hey, this is home? My sister could speak French just by taking a few classes. She could speak fluent French, and she had an affinity for that culture. And for me, it was Portuguese. Okay, but I speak 3 other languages. So you have to become very mindful of where you are, where your heart is pulling you towards to understand, understand, and overstand who you were in a past life. Many times it works like this. A lot of people are born polyglots. I got a good friend who can speak 8 languages, okay? How did she manage to do that, okay? That's an indication of who she was in the past life. She's lived in many different places, and she has a natural talent to pick up languages very quick, okay? So you have to look at the clues and the signs for your abilities in this incarnation to know who you were in the last incarnation. Slow motion this side. What abilities do I have right now? That is a sign of who you were in a past life. We are not all here to do the same thing. Everyone is here for a different reason and a different mission. Based on our own karmic debt, we'll come to that later. So, if we can realize who we were in a past life has everything to do with whether or not we feel like an old soul. Planet Earth is full of souls. Some are old souls and some are new souls, but we are all souls. An old soul is a soul who knows they've been to planet Earth before. You can look in a baby's eyes and see an old soul. If you feel like an old soul, that's how to remember who you were in a past life, okay? If you feel like, hey, I've been around the world in 80 days, this is all so familiar, that is an indication of who you were in a past life. Now, many times, 7-Day Vegan Challenge, people are coming into planet Earth with a specific food mindset, okay? So my specific food mindset was, I don't want to harm any life on the planet. Where did that come from? It certainly didn't come from this life, because this life I was programmed to eat meat, eat cheese, eat dairy, and slaughter animals. That's what I learned from this life. So how did I get this information? It came from a past life. The life I was living before this life, I was taking care of all life. I'm going to open up an animal sanctuary right there, right? Over 64 billion animals are killed every single year. People ask me, Ralph, why do you keep talking about the 7-Day Vegan Challenge? Oh, but thanks, because it's changing my life. Well, thank you too, because over 64 billion animals are killed every single year. With over 1 million YouTube subscribers and millions on my website, I'm making an impact to make the lives of all animals across the world better. That's how I know who I was in a past life. I was a protector of animals, cows, sheep, okay? And this is the new revolution on planet Earth. A lot of people are doing the 7-Day Vegan Challenge. In the millions, all around the world, they're embarking on that journey, thanks to Infinite Waters. So ask yourself, what kind of food diet am I coming into planet Earth with? What kind of foods am I naturally gravitating towards? A lot of people are eating a lot of animals, a lot of flesh, and that will show you who you were in a past life and what you need to work on in this incarnation. Some people are fully raw foodists. Once again, that shows you who you were in a past life incarnation. You have overcome and you are becoming more mentally strong, emotionally strong, and physically strong. All of this is showing us who we were in a past life. In a past life, I was chilling in the sun every single day, right? How to remember who you were in a past life. It all starts with out of place memories. Okay? Do you have out of place memories? Sometimes you're just driving and you get a memory, what I call a news flash, okay? All of this is showing us who we were in a past life. Memories we have are coming from our subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind governs, check this out, deep divers. Our subconscious mind governs 95% of our lives, okay? So you begin to know who you were from past life by your fixed behaviors, your fixed beliefs, okay? But also the memories you have in this incarnation. A lot of the times, the memories we have are leading us into a greater understanding, understanding, and overstanding of who we were in a past life. I had memories, and I still have memories of being in ancient Egypt or Kemet, okay, in the mystery schools, okay, and that's what I'm doing right now, diving deep into infinite waters, okay. How to remember who you were in a past life. It all starts with this. If you are having reoccurring dreams about being in a specific location, living a certain lifestyle, that is a sign of who you were in a past life. The dreams we have are reflections of the life we live. What? Say it again, Ralph. The dreams we have are reflections of the life we live. Slow motion this side. In other words, your dreams are real. Your dreams, remind yourself this, okay? Your subconscious mind, the language is dreams. It is imagery. The subconscious mind does not understand words. It only understands images. So to know who you were in a past life, do dream work. A lot of people have dream journals. This is how you know who you were in a past life. You make a note of your dreams. Women, if you're on your cycle, you make a note of your dreams because you will have the most intense dreams. At that point, the moon governs everything on this planet. So if you could remind yourself that if you have a dream journal, you are making notes of your dreams every day, and then you will start to see a common similarity between certain dreams, and then you will see a common location, and then you will see a common action, and this will give you an insight into your past life. So for me, I was in nature a lot. I was in Egypt, I was in a mystery school, I was in a temple, okay? So I kept dreaming of the land of the pharaohs, right? I kept dreaming of being surrounded by pyramids, of higher knowledge and wisdom. And guess what I'm doing right now? I'm doing it right now. And check this out, deep divers. I'm here to tell you that you can manifest anything. Considering the topics I talk about, nobody is talking about these kinds of topics with over 1 million YouTube subscribers, right? But this is what we do because we are infinite waters. So this shows me who I am in a past life. I didn't sell out. I'm still doing what is true to me, freeing my mind, body, and soul. How to remember who you were in a past life. Let's just do this, deep divers. Woo! Look at that view. It all starts with this. If you can see someone as a soulmate in this incarnation, that is a clue of who you were in a past life, okay? Many times we have interactions with people, and sometimes they are surface and sometimes they are incredibly deep. Past lives, to remember who you were, sometimes you need other people to remind you who you were. So it's happened to me along my journey. I found my soulmate, and we have many soulmates. I should say soulmates. It could even be someone in your family, but they remind you, they trigger your memory, and you're like, okay, I remember being with this person at a certain time, okay? So you know who you were in a past life from your soulmate interactions. That is one of the best signs to know. If you got a soulmate, you're having deep conversations, how many times do you remember being with them from a distant time and place? Ladies, exactly. Okay, so that's how you know who you were from a past life. You start talking to your soulmate and you will get a clue of who you were and what you were doing, because your vibration will be the same as theirs. In essence, you will become a vibrational match to them. How to remember who you were in a past life. 20 minutes and over, let's go. I remember every single day that who I was in a past life has everything to do with my irrational phobias, and this is what Dr. Ian Stevenson's work showed, okay? Irrational fears and phobias. Now, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, or forget everything and rise. And that's what we're doing up here on the deck, right? We are facing our fear, so there is no fear. If you come in with a fear of heights, I'm afraid to go on airplanes, a fear of spiders, a fear of going outside, all of this is a clue to who you were in a past life. So see your fears and your phobias as guides to show you who you were before, to work on yourself. A lot of people ask me, Ralph, what is the point of knowing about your past lives? Well, I will tell you this. If I didn't know who I was before I came to this incarnation, there would be no infinite waters. Because I have knowledge of self is why I share supreme wisdom, and I'm going to the next level. I'm living a life of infinite abundance. I'm rich for life. Now, if you can remind yourself this, that past lives are everything, because you are going to continually see people who are going to be coming to planet Earth and people who are going to be dropping out of here like nobody's business for no explained reason, because it was written. There's a great word in Arabic called maktub, which means it was written. Everything we are doing now has been ordained by the stars. There are no accidents, and the ancients knew this. I am not in control of my life. Yes, I can choose to create my reality, but it has everything to do with what I was doing in a past life. I'm actually living out my karma right now. Slow motion this side. And I had a prophetic dream that it's only going to get better for me, and it's only going to grow. Mark my words, I'm a Pisces, right? All of this was possible because of what I was doing in a past life. That's why I say stay positive. You don't want to throw out negative vibes out there. You want to be positive. You want to help people. And that's how you take care of this life, and how you go into the next life with a more fruitful living state like this. How to remember who you were in a past life. Baby. It all starts by knowing if you have the increased foresight or not, okay? Many clairvoyants remember who they were from a past life because they are seers, okay? In many cultures, you had shamanic seers, okay? In Peru, they're still there doing ayahuasca retreats, okay? These are people who have a connection to the world beyond this one. To realize this is not the only world there is. There are many worlds, okay? And we are always incarnating. So increased foresight is where you see things before they happen, okay? You can hear things further away. You can feel more into things. This is a sign of who you were from a past life, okay? So I started to realize I had increased foresight, okay? I could see things before they happen. I could tap into people's energy. All of this is a sign of who you were in a past life. What are you able to see about yourself? What visions do you see about yourself? But also, what are some of the gifts you are coming into planet Earth with? Okay, what do you have a natural affinity for doing? Your hobbies are all clues of your past life. If every single day, ladies, you love to do yoga on the deck, okay, that's a sign of who you were in a past life, okay? Because you're all about healing, okay? If you have a lot of overthinking every single day, ruminating, that will also show you maybe in your past life you had a lot of problems with really learning how to allow emotions in, and how to be vulnerable, and how to be yourself, okay? So our past life is fundamental for going to the next level. If we know what we were doing back then, it will give us an indication to what we are doing now, what we need to do, how we can grow and work on ourselves to become our greatest version. And once you realize that, deep divers, well, you just say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? There. Beautiful deep divers, we are out here in nature. Life is fantastic. We're just, woo, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Have a beautiful day, deep divers. Infinite waters. Diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy, with the sun up, peace. You! In my past life, I was on the deck like this. Ow!